Okay, welcome back to another video of PPS. Okay, in this loop I'll be doing for loop, while loop and do while loop together. Okay, we will be seeing what is for loop, what is while loop, what is do while loop, what is the syntax, and how to write a program using while and do while. And more clarity on while and do while loops you'll get it in arrays chapter. I'll give you practical demonstrations, programs, how to write a perfect while loop and how to write a perfect do while loop. But before we start the program, I just want to tell you that either master for loop, okay, or master while loop. Please don't prefer do while loop because it's a bit more complicated than what it looks like. Okay, I'll show you why in one program. So let's start. As you people have already been following my for loop videos, you'll be knowing that for loop has three segments: initialization, termination, and increment and decrement. In initialization phase, we initialize a variable for looping. In termination, we set a condition when you want to end the loop. Increment is I plus plus or I minus minus. This is the given syntax for loop. Okay, you people are very familiar. Whereas when we come to while loop, the while loop has three parts. But here, the for loop has three parts, whereas while loop has only one part. That is, for I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, right? You will have to push it like this. This goes up, the first part. This goes down, this last part. That is, here you can only write the termination condition. That's it. There is no initialization, there is no increment or decrement. If you want to initialize this value I is equal to 0, you have to do it before the start of loop, and this increment and decrement part you have to do it inside the loop manually. This is while loop. I hope this much is clear. This is while loop. That is, it has only one part, that is termination, which is the middle part of for loop. This part, there is no increment, there is no decrement. There is no initialization, there is no termination. I hope this much is clear for you people. And please focus, as I told, for loop we have initialization. In while loop we don't have it. Here we have increment or decrement, we don't have it. We only give the termination condition in while loop. This is while loop syntax. While, termination condition, brackets, same. But in case of do while, we write it like this. Do, write the do conditions, that is looping conditions, and then at the end of the bracket we write while, and it's also the same while. We only have termination conditions. The only big difference between all the three loops is do while loop has a semicolon in the end. Do while loop has a semicolon in the end. That's it. Here we have semicolon, whereas for both while loop and for loop we don't have semicolons in the end of the loop. Okay, keep in mind this small thing. So now don't worry, this is the previous video I made a video for this, but unfortunately there was a small mistake, so I had to delete it. Wait 1 second, I'll just create a new file itself. Why am I struggling so much? Okay, yeah, let's write in a new file itself. So as you people know, you are familiar with the syntax of three loops. Okay, now let's write a program to print the sum of first n natural numbers. Okay, using all the three loops together. Let's write it. For the first part is very common: hash include stdio.h, main open, int main, bracket open, then we initialize int n. Okay, then we initialize printf, enter the number, that is the n natural numbers, right? So enter the value for n, scanf, we take the value for n. This is common. So now I'll split it into three parts. The first one will be for loop, the second one will be for while loop, the third one will be do while. So how we write for? We need a variable I. For I is equal to 0, I is less than, for I is equal to 1, this is natural numbers, right? We can't have 0. So for I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to n, I plus plus, right? Sum is equal to sum plus I. You people know this code already. Here we have to initialize int sum is equal to 0. You people are very familiar with this. I don't have to explain what's happening. Then we printf sum. So we get all the sum. That is, if we give 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all these numbers will be added, right? And we'll get our final sum. This is how we write for loop. Whereas for while loop, this goes like this: while I is less than or equal to n. Neither we have initialization part nor we have termination part. So before, after the scanf, and in between scanf and while loop, write I is equal to 1 manually. initialize it manually. Then open the while loop. This part is same. Sum is equal to sum plus I is pretty same. It's pretty same. Then we don't have increment operator by default. Write it inside loop manually, I plus plus, and close the loop. This will also give you the perfect sum. Here you can trace it and you can print sum. There is nothing wrong. It's just the reduced form of for loop. While loop and for loop are brothers, whereas while is a very reduced form of while loop. But what happens in do loop is you have to do sum is equal to sum plus I. This part is common. The second part is we don't have initialization part just like while, so initialize it manually. I is equal to 1 after scanf and before loop, and I plus plus inside, and then write while the condition I less than or equal to n semicolon. Right, this is how you write. And printf sum. Printf sum. You people can trace the program. You people can trace all the three programs. You will get the same answer. You will get the same answer. No mistakes. Now let's trace it here. For this program, initially the value of I is equal to 1, sum is 1, I is equal to 2, sum is 3, I is equal to 3, sum is 6, I is equal to 4, sum is 10, I is equal to 5, sum is 15. If I am not wrong. If I am not wrong, this is what you get here. Sum of first 10 natural numbers. What is it? 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6, 6 plus 4 is 10, 10 plus 4 is 15. Yes. And if we trace here, it's also same. As I told, it's a brother of for loop, reduced form, nothing changes. I is equal to 2, we get 3. I is equal to 3, we get 6. I is equal to 4, we get 10. I is equal to 5, we get 15. Nothing wrong. But in case of do loop, there is a very strange logic. Do loop does the job first, then checks condition. Okay, that is because you can see here we have do, we have conditions. After the end of condition we have while, so do will execute before checking the condition. Do will execute before checking the condition. Let's write it again. Sum is equal to sum plus I plus plus, right? This is what we'll wrote inside, and I is equal to 1. So initially I is equal to 1, sum is equal to 1, I becomes 2. And then condition is checked, is 2 less than or equal to 5. The condition is true. We come inside, sum now becomes 3, that is 1 plus 2 equal to 3, and I becomes 3. Again the condition is checked at the end, the condition is true. Sum becomes 6, I becomes 4, 4 is still less than or equal to 5, so sum becomes 10. Now observe, sum becomes 10, I becomes 5, 5 is still less than or equal to 5, the condition is true. Will come here, sum becomes 15, now I becomes 6, condition fails, so the answer is 15. So in all the three loops we got the same answer, that is 15, 15, 15. Right? Yeah, I is equal to 1, the condition got true. I is equal to 2, the condition is true. I is equal to 3, the condition is true. I is equal to 4, the condition is true. I is equal to 5, the condition is still true. Next time I becomes 6, condition fails. So in all the three loops we got 15. Then sir, you told that do will execute it once without fail. Then why did we get the answer same? Let's change the program. Now let's change the program. Give the input as 0. Print the sum of first 0 natural numbers. Print the sum of first 0 natural numbers. So what happens? I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to 0, I plus plus. This loop won't even execute once, right? Initially I is 1, right? 1 less than or equal to 0, the condition is fail. We won't get any answer. Here also same. While 1 is less than or equal to 0, because I is equal to 1, right? So 1 less than or equal to 0, the condition is gonna fail. It won't even enter inside. So here if you print sum, the answer is 0. Here if you print sum, the answer is 0. But here, see here, do sum is equal to sum plus I, then I plus plus, then check the condition while I less than or equal to n semicolon, right? I is equal to 1. As I told, do will execute first, check the condition next. So sum becomes sum plus, initially the value of I is 1. We gave n is equal to 0, that's fine. Sum is equal to sum plus I, so sum becomes 1. Then I plus plus, I becomes 2. Then the condition is checked, loop exits here. But when you printf sum, the first 0 natural numbers, you will get the answer as 1, You can't help it. You can't help it. Do while will execute once, then check the condition. It is just gonna do the job first and then ask the salary. Whereas printf and for loop and while loop will first ask the salary, then do the job. Ask and then do the job. Here, do the job first and then ask for the salary. So while loop and for loop won't execute if the condition is false, whereas do while loop will execute once and then check the condition. Pakka one time execution will happen. Pakka one execution is guaranteed by do while loop. By do while loop. This is the only difference. While and for won't execute it, but do while loop will run once without fail. This can't be changed. So my suggestion is either master for loop or master while loop. Please don't use do while loop until you are a professional personality of C programming. Whether it's C, whether it's C++, whether it's Java, whatever it is, don't use do while loop. You must know the syntax, you must know a basic program to write in answer book, but whenever they give you a program like write a C program to reverse a number, write a C program to find the individual digits of a number, use while loop or for loop as per your comfort. Don't use do while loop. Okay, this completes the basics of all the three loops. From next class, from next video, we'll be starting arrays. Okay, the most important topic where the PPS actually starts is arrays. So before starting arrays, this is my serious warning. You have to know every single thing that I have done till now, starting from class 1 to this class. Now everything you people should be knowing. Only then we can enter arrays, and your PPS starts from arrays. It actually starts from arrays. This is your official start. Whatever you did from now, whatever you did now is just mastering the basics. But now PPS actually starts from the 1.5 unit, from the second half of second unit till the end of 5th unit. Whatever you are gonna see will be in level 2 and level 3. Whatever you were now is level 1. Why I am saying this, you people will understand tomorrow from my next class. Okay, if you are from CSMA and B section, they are already understanding what I am saying. But if in case you are from other sections, trust me, go back, study every single video. If you have any single doubt, learn it now itself, or else tomorrow you people are gonna regret. From tomorrow, it's a next level, it's a new level, it's a new start. Okay, from next tomorrow, it's level 2 of PPS. For that, you need to clear all the levels of level 1. Right? You have, when you want to enter the video game into second level, you have to do all the tasks of level 1. So your level 1 task is from class 01 till now. Study everything, or else you won't understand anything from tomorrow. Okay, this is my serious warning. So have a great day. I'll complete the video. I'll give you examples on while loop and do while loop in arrays so that you people get familiar with it. For now, we are done with looping statements. Okay, bye.